Day recording. There we go. Share screen.
Yeah, we're doing 9.3 right now, right?
I think 0.4.
4 or 5.
5?
I'm behind. I'm stupid.
The
That's
last
fine. That's
one.
fine. I don't care.
Last one.
Yeah, last one.
Yeah, last one. Like this was yesterday, right? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm big now.
Yeah, it's weird because 9.2 had like two
Yeah.
separate days to it because it was long. Yeah. All right. There we go.
Does that mask work well?
Define well.
Like, is it nice?
It's great.
How does your beard look?
Fantastic.
Mm.
My beard looks like a bird's nest, but at least it doesn't have any weird kinks or cowlicks in it. So yeah, as for that, I love it.
My brother has grown his beard down to here.
You can't even see your hand. Oh, to your like xiphoid process. Wow.
He braids it,
Okay,
so he'll have a single braid going down this way.
that's kind of neat.
It is kind of neat, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a little elf.
Is he little? Is he a little guy?
Garden gnome or something.
How tall is he?
He's a little bit taller than me.
Okay. It's not a
Probably
massive
5'6"
guy.
or something,
Yeah.
5'8".
Well, that's neat. How long did it take him? Like, how long ago did he start?
Oh, he's probably grown in a couple of years. But yeah, it's a stunning beard.
Does he have any like horror stories of he getting caught in a bike chain or something? Or
He does clowning on the side,
okay, that serves him well.
so I bet he would do fun stuff with it for clowning. But he's probably not doing any of that this year.
Yeah. I remember Mr. Jose talking about, you know, when he first kind of was growing it, and then when it would start to get caught in zippers and stuff, and they just, I just remember this motion. They would just, you know, just cut it off. So I haven't got it caught in anything yet. So I might change my mind if that happens.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it takes a little bit of trimming to get it to look nice all the time.
Yeah.
too.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Like this is a nest. Like I want to see somebody who knows how to deal with beard. So I'll just grow it till then.
My dad grew new beard this year too.
Oh yeah.
He usually grows beard. This year he grew more of a goatee,
Okay.
like a wider,
Yeah.
and it looks great.
Huh.
Oh, the days when people would say, she had a lovely mustache. Or not.
I want to talk about this slide, but I'm gonna wait till see you guys are done writing.
I'm done.
Good. So this in phase, almost imagine, it's kind of hard to explain, but almost imagine that the light, like every time a new kind of wavelength starts, just kind of picture it kind of like this. So the reason it's talking about when they weren't in phase, they were like a little bit like this. Like, so I come here pretty early in the morning, so it's dark out. I have a light on my bike here that flashes, and on my helmet, I have one up here. But now I wear like a snowboarder's helmet, so I put them just both on my handlebars and turn them on. And as much as I try, like they kind of flash at different times, and so that's why they couldn't see the interference, because everything wasn't perfect. And so that's why they talk about how when he used the same light source, and then kind of have something in front of it with two slits. So it's the exact same, it's just one doing this, but it comes out of two places, and then how those waves interfere with each other. Does that make sense? It's really kind of cool. Like, so it talks about, you know, the lines of brightness and darkness, the interference fringes. Both are interference. One's positive or constructive, one's negative or destructive. And there's going to be some images to show that. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Sorry, I always say I'm going to change this into Google Slides. I never do. I always regret it. Okay, so there it is. Just to give you kind of something to look at, and all these diagrams are in your textbook, obviously. Now, this is light, but if you imagine it, it's almost easier to imagine with water. And there's examples for that too. But so if it's water, the waves are kind of coming out like this. So when they hit here, then they'll start interfering with each other, which causes these different strengths and weaknesses, higher waves and lower waves. Oh, it's going to go, isn't it? Yep. Look at this, 1800. 1800 is when he did this. So there's an interference pattern. It's kind of, you know, like you guys have all seen it, whether you're in a pool or the lake or even the bathtub. There's waves coming from somewhere else, and then you cause waves or something, and you see how they react to each other. A lot of times kind of cancels. Sometimes you get these bigger swells and things like that. And that's what's going on here. Like, so for this part B, the brightest is in the middle, and then these dark lines, this is where they interfere with each other, which is kind of wild to think about it, how two light sources, they are light, they create light. When they overlap at the wrong time, they cancel each other out. It's like noise canceling headphones. We talked about that a while ago, right? You know, it sends out, it would be hard for noise canceling headphones to work against my voice because it's not regular, it goes up and down and things like that. But if it's just a constant droning, like, then it sends out waves to cancel that, which is pretty wild.
So like the parts, like on the picture on the left,
Yep.
part where there's light, that's where like it's constructive interference.
Yep.
And when it's dark, it's destructive.
Yep.
interference.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. There'll be some interesting formulas, but it really is very much kind of just substitution. Quietly, please. We're trying to have class here. Hey, it sounds like he's walking with a limp. Ladies and gentlemen, principal of Calvin Christian Collegiate. Yeah. Who was that lady? the hardest or trickiest part maybe of this is just remembering what, what D is and what M is and things like that.
What's the fringe?
The fringe is almost like the stripe, if you will. Do you know what I mean by that? Like the band, like there's the light in the middle, and then there's the dark, and then the light and the dark. Those are the fringes.
Or where it goes dark?
Those are minima. Maxima are the parts where it goes light. Does that make sense? So like if I go back to here, like right, like this is a maxima, minima, maxima, minima. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And then the fringe is just like,
Those are the fringes.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm done.
You good? Calvin, you got this? Cool, cool, cool. That is just to be sure, D sine theta, just in case it's cut off just a tiny bit by the screen recording thing. D sine of theta. So notice the formula is a little bit different. Also notice, well, it says right there in the notes, N starts at 1. When you talk about destructive, talk about the minima. It says points of darkness. That could say fringes, could say lines. Good? Calvin, you good?
Yeah.
Why didn't it move? Acha. Oh, I probably got spaces behind that image just to fit it. There we go. M maximum starts at 0. N minimum starts at 1.
Yeah.
Good. I think that's it. No, it's not. It's one of those lessons where it really helps to read through it, connect the dots a bit. Definitely looks more complicated than it is. It's definitely worth reading through it. Excuse me.
To me, it kind of seems like this unit is a lot more about knowing when to use which equations rather than actually solving.
That's a huge part of it. That's the walking before you run part of it.
Yeah. Because it looks like, yeah, you plug in the numbers and then solve, which isn't terribly difficult, but knowing when to use what is a lot more
Yep.
the challenge of this.
Mm-hmm. Both good? There you go. All right. Well, I need to pop out quick and talk to a student, but I will be back. Oh, you know, I'll post this first to Gavin.